Good afternoon, Kevin. It's lovely to see you here at the Service Dealer Conference today. You're the UK Professional Ground Care Manager for Husqvarna.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
That's a very grand title, but it must keep you very busy.
Absolutely. It's quite a broad set of responsibilities, but I've worked for the company a long time, done quite a lot of different roles within the business, and I'm enjoying what I do.
Excellent. And for you and the guys at Husqvarna, why would you say it's important to be part of the Service Dealer Conference today?
I think, first off, as a company, as a business, the dealers are our lifeblood. They are our, across the world, they're our link between what we do and the end customer, and we have them at the forefront of our business, as I say, all over the world.
Wonderful. And being here today, what has struck you from today's event, from our speakers and the breakout sessions, as particularly valuable or interesting? So what's really stood out?
Actually, it's been really interesting. I came to the ward day last year, thoroughly enjoyed it, and at the end of it, we were asked for input on future discussions. And I'm pleased to say that one of my requests was to talk about urbanisation. And that has been a real interesting and pleasant subject to listen to. And part of that is because we're in a changing world, hugely changing. Our dealers, in many cases, are very rural-based, and they're focused on servicing a very rural industry. But as we've heard today, the world's changing. More and more people moving to more and more cities getting larger and larger, but we also have to have green space within those cities to make life pleasant.
Absolutely.
And so our dealers need to adapt. And maybe it's something that they're that busy, they don't have the time to think about, well, where is the future heading? So I think that's been a really interesting and thought-provoking thread from today's conference.
Yeah, it's something sort of, we're celebrating 30 years at Service Dealer today, and obviously from your experience, you've seen a lot of change over the last few years within the industry. So, like you say, that's certainly one of the opportunities I would have thought going forward for the dealerships.
Yeah, I agree. It's a blend of opportunity and necessity. For many people that have had businesses come down through families, they've done what they've done because that was how it was done before. And we put a lot of investment as a brand into trying to work with dealers as a business partner. Part of that partnership, is an educational thing. So we're also investing in working with the dealer in developing his business to support the sales. And I think this is all part of what today's about as well. It's in helping invest back into the dealers to make the dealers more profitable, more successful, which in turn, of course, we will be. But it's the health of the whole of our industry that we have a social conscience and we like to put back in.
Thinking of the health of our industry, it's been quite a difficult year for the dealers, hasn't it? How do you see next year panning out for the network?
Well, yes, you're right. It's been a difficult year, and that difficult year has mainly been driven by climatic conditions. But we live in an industry that has a roller coaster of climatic conditions throughout the years. Yeah. So it's not new. But of course, it's the most recent little injury we've all suffered. And generally speaking, in my experience, Mother Nature is pretty wise. And yes, we have drought years. Yes, we have wet years. But you tend not to get them consecutive years, year on year, and Mother Nature balances herself out. So, being the eternal optimist, I'm quite of the belief that next year we'll have a much more balanced weather pattern. It might not be a flood or anything like that, but it'll be balanced. So we will get some normality back, and those people who have dusted themselves down for a tough year will actually, I believe, in 12 months' time say, actually, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I think our weather's one of those wonderful things for Britain, isn't it? We've always got to have something to talk about. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad.
There's never a quiet moment when you mention the weather.
No, indeed. So finally, just thinking about the event and the dealers, what do you think going forward to keep competitive in the changing world? What should the dealers be thinking about doing?
I think, first off, they need to and will be more successful if they focus on their personal offering. One of the strengths of the network is that I mentioned earlier also family businesses or individual businesses, not so many chains or multi-branch businesses. So their big opportunity is to differentiate themselves with their personal approach, their personal service, and less focus on, if you like, the bottom line price, which anybody can try to replicate or even undercut. But when you're offering advice, when you're offering a feeling of supporting somebody, giving confidence in looking after them in their time of need, because everything mechanical breaks down, is where that dealer will actually survive over somebody that is just focused on price.
Yeah, you're right. And I think that's something we've heard today, isn't it, from our farmer who spoke earlier, James Price. It's exactly what he said.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes. And you know, that was an agricultural one, and I was talking from a garden machinery, but the parallel is exactly the same.
I had the same conversation actually with the ground care guy just now. So from Leicestershire, we had, he was saying how valuable it was that, he's got a mechanical background.
Yeah.
He's selling garden machinery now, and he really recognises the value of having a relationship with his customers, and that makes all the difference.
The nice thing about that is that we're all seemingly coming from the same position, which gives you the confidence that there must be some truth in that. It's not just one person saying it and somebody else saying something different. So, yeah, that gives me confidence as well.
So I think really the message for the audience, if they're not buying from their local dealerships, is get to your local dealerships, because that's where you're going to get looked after if you want good customer service and longevity for your products that you invest in. Then get to your local dealerships.
Absolutely, and they will be the first people to complain if that dealership disappears because they don't have it.
Yeah.
And you never know what you miss until you haven't got it.
It's very true. Well, thank you so much for your time. We hope you'll be joining us next year.
Look forward to it.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. It's been lovely to speak to you, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you very much. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the evening as well.